my friends. Welcome back to Everyday Struggle. I am Medeska here with Academics, and when you know it is Thursday, Friday. Academics has on his Respect Woman shirt. I feel like this is going to be a very special day. How are you guys doing?
No, of course, man. I woke up and I just realized, man. Listen, we gotta start really protecting our women out here, man. I'm hearing too many stories. It's getting out of hand. But regardless, it's still Thursday, Friday. I'm here to talk some hip hop. How y'all doing? Every day the desk is in a different city. I can't keep.
All right, I'm back in Brooklyn today.
The desk is on tour. I just don't even know for what.
Right. She's definitely on some sort of tour that she's not telling us about. But yeah, man. This morning I'm feeling good. I'm a little tired, but we gonna make it through it.
Yeah, I feel
That's
the
only one that got a whole glam squad during quarantine.
It's just me, Academics. I've been doing my makeup for so long, I kind of got it down now. Sometimes.
Man, I ain't get a haircut in so long. I thought my head was getting bigger, but my hair is so puffy underneath this fucking hat.
Show us. Let me see it.
Oh, hell no. We ain't gonna do that.
Now is a good time.
If the comments is act right, maybe one time, but nah.
Well, 1,500 comments and Ack will get a haircut. We know how it goes.
I want to get one desperate for free.
So guys, next week we are going on a little break. It's Labor Day on a Monday, so we'll be off for all of next week and back on September 13th or 14th. I always forget the date. So don't be mad at us, but I figured I should say that right now. And now let's jump into the show. So ASAP Nash, not with the disrespect directed at ASAP Ferg this week. He responded to ASAP Ill saying that Ferg was allegedly kicked out of the mob. He tweeted, the trap lord was not and will not be kicked out of ASAP. False news. Everybody go home now. He also confirmed sort of what we figured, that it might have just been an in-house issue that they need to discuss. He said it's extremely embarrassing and unnecessary for it to happen the way it did, but it did, and this will be taken care of the right way. Good night. All right. Do we feel a little bit better about the situation right now?
I need to see the ASAP bylaws. You know what I mean? I need to know who the council members are. I need to know who's on the board, who makes these decisions, because it's just a little bit confusing. But overall, like, yeah, it was a little embarrassing to see them like that. You know, when you look at them as a collective, you just think of them as this tight knit group that always supports each other no matter what's going on. And you know, a lot of people was even down in Ills. Like, you know, a lot of people don't know how influential Ills was in the whole fold. Like, I think he was another person that was like a creative director along with Yams, you know, and as time goes on, we expect to see crews fall apart. To see that shit play out on social media is really whack, so I hope they get that together. But I'm happy to know that ASAP Ferg cannot be put out of ASAP.
Salute to Nast. I think the way he responded to this was mature. I don't think there's a lot of maturity going around elsewhere with some of the reactions I saw before. But also, it felt like a lot of people acting off just straight emotion. And they're ousting or kicking out ASAP Ferg. Not only did I feel like it was disrespectful to Ferg, but I feel like it's disrespectful to anybody who support the mob. You know, like, this is one of the front-facing members. We got no answer. It was just kind of some vague reasons. And, you know, I honestly want to hear what Ferg said. You know, Ferg did post a video yesterday. He didn't say anything, but he was listening to a song which meant everything to me. It was the song, it was Cold Hearted, the Meek Mill song, and he was kind of just vibing out to Diddy talking on the interlude while he was at like his basketball court. And just pretty much, if anyone who's never heard that song or even that interlude, basically that's when Diddy goes into a whole little spiel about, yo, it gets fucked up when families start calling you up, and basically says money's the root of all evil. Okay, they're gonna tell you start acting different, this and third. Now again, maybe I'm just trying to connect two dots here, but if that has anything to do with it on the behalf of Ferg's side in terms of his perspective of shit, I think that shit's sad. You feel me? Like, again, I always say with the ASAP mob, like, I be wondering how half them niggas make money. Like, it's great to say you're a creative director, but what the fuck are you doing? You know, of course, we know Barry got his own thing. Like, he's definitely doing his own thing, branched off. But a lot of these other dudes, I would imagine, like, how the fuck are they making money? So, again, I don't know if that's the case. I don't want to just put that accusation or assumption out there. But these are the thoughts that come to mind when I'm kind of evaluating this. But I felt like how they dealt with something that now Nas is trying to bring back to an internal issue, how they dealt with Ferg, even if there was something that's a real issue there, there's an apology that got to be given. You don't deal with your homie out in the streets, and then afterwards you be like, all right, we're gonna solve the problems behind closed doors. Because he looks a certain type of way. You know what I mean? Again, in the optics of how the group looks, we look at Rocky and we look at Ferg as two people who maybe we're not thinking about power structure, but these are the two people who hold down the whole gang. You feel me? And I use gang relatively.
I mean, on the music side, like on
the music side, let's be honest. Like, I know, Wayne, you have a lot more intimate knowledge of the mob. By the way, there's a lot of new fans who are still enjoying Rocky's music or Ferg's music. They don't know what the fuck them other niggas do. They don't know what the collective does. Just to be fair. Now, if you've been following the mob from its inception, right, or at least when we first learned about him, you learned about some of the other people in the background that really are instrumental, you know. But I do think kind of making one of your front-facing members look like that and talking about him like that is a bad look, especially if now you're trying to bring it back to deal with issues. Because Ferg could have done that. Imagine Ferg came out and be like, yo, these niggas is like your bums, yo. They just like trying to eat off my pockets. All they want is money or something like that, or trying to use me or some shit like that. If he had said that with his voice and his celebrity, and then later say, you know what, we're gonna deal with this behind closed doors, those words are probably gonna last, and it's probably gonna have some type of effect on whatever the other person who he talked about later tries to do. So I think it's a little unfair how they did him, especially now they're trying to bring it back in and deal with it internally.
Well, at least it seems like the fan reactions were unanimously in support of Ferg. Everyone was just very confused and upset. Shout out to him. He's a good dude, and he's definitely been doing his thing lately. I think it's probably best that he didn't respond publicly, but hopefully we do see a public apology from Ills. If you guys watched yesterday's episode, at the end you saw I get extremely excited about the XXL freshman freestyles. So we talked about the cover a couple weeks ago. Just a quick refresher. It was NLE Choppa, Polo G, Chica, Baby Keem, Mulatto, Jack Harlow, Rod Wave, Lil TJ, Cowboy, Fabio Foreign, Lil Keed, and 24 Golden. So people have been debating how well these freestyles actually did. It seems like people really think Polo G, Chica, and Baby Keem did the best. But we do have a fan question. I need to know how Ak feels about these freestyles this year. They didn't hit well. Who are your top picks? So this fan picked Chica again, Jack Harlow, and Rod Wave. Ak? We were very upset by this.
No. Well, I was telling y'all, as I was getting hyped for the music that's coming out this Friday, that a bunch of people dropped, and we're going to talk about that. But of course, Lil Ak had to give his, pretty much XXL freestyle. You know what I mean? But I was saying that this year's XXL freestyle kind of, like, I think what nobody's talking about, and I seen people try to call me a hater. It was not memorable. There's no memorable moments this year from none of these freestyles. Let's be clear. Polo G did definitely kill it by far. Polo G went crazy. By the way, I don't really know who Chica is, but if that's how you say her name, I don't.
Chica, I'm telling you though, you don't know but she could really rap.
No. She was going in as well. Baby Keem, I was getting X vibes. Like I kind of was listening to all of them. Baby Keem, I was getting like that little antisocial, like XXXTentacion. Like he was just rapping, like looking down to the left. I don't know what was going on. But still, like Jack, like they're all, none of them were too bad, but they all felt mad average. You feel me? Jack Harlow, he sounded like one of them niggas, in an 8 Mile movie by the food truck. You feel me? Like he was doing his thing, but nothing that jumped off the. Am I lying?
Come up with this shit.
For real, but nothing jumped off the page. I'm just saying. Then my man Fabio Foreign, he actually jumped in. And Fabio Foreign, I thought it was only when a beat was going on, but the nigga actually raps in bullet points. Like, the nigga sound like he was imagining a drill beat in his head and freestyling. Again, salute to my man Favi, but, let's keep the beat on. Axel beat. Let's get back on the track, okay? 24 Golden, I didn't know what to expect because, he's a little different type of artist. Niggas just start bursting out into full-on falsetto and all that type of shit.
Did you enjoy Polo G's? Like, Polo G's?
No, it's just great. It's just great. That's what I'm saying. It's just great. Like, that shit, like, to be honest, that, if I know I said no moment, but that would be the moment.
I like the fact that, even with Jack Harlow, that's why I laughed. Like, the thing about Jack Harlow, I like that he used, like, that moment to talk about the shit that's going on in the country. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he did though. I'll give you that as well.
But Act, like, let's keep it a band, man. Like, the Double XL
last year we had a lot more moments when it came to freestyles, man.
No, the Double XL freestyles have not, like, since 2016, there's only really, like, 2 that you appreciate every year. It's only like two that you could really say.
Yeah,
Like the most
2016
memorable, I think the most memorable Double XL freestyle ever is Designer with Timmy Turner.
Oh yeah, that's
the biggest one. But I mean, from that, you only get like 2 or 3 tops out of the 10 people. So like, let's not act like this is some new shit. Like, oh my god, they're not doing it the way they used to. This shit been this way for the past couple of years.
No. It's like, again, I'm not throwing them under the bus of being trash. I just expected a little bit more moments, and Lil TJ, Cowboy, they were just cool.
Do you guys feel like they really put a lot of effort into these freestyles anymore? That's the thing. Sometimes it feels like no one really tries that hard.
I'm glad you asked that, because I've been advocating for them to just have them bring their favorite producer in and cook up a beat in 5 minutes and just have like a little song do something more that's within their element, because we know these niggas. I'm telling you, listen to Fabio Foreign. He's rapping in bullet points. He's not freestyling, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
the cipher usually complements the rappers a little bit more. Like, the cipher does the ones who can rap. It complements them a little bit more. But like, I think that there's less effort because majority of the rappers that make the cut aren't really known for rapping that much. Like, think about like the history of Double XL, and they wasn't even doing the freestyle. I don't even think they was doing the freestyles when it was Nipsey and Big Sean and all of them. Like, you know what I mean? I don't even think they did that type of
Which
content.
is crazy, because those would have been the best ones.
That would have been the most memorable shit. But it's like, think about the lyricism like that deteriorates over years. Now, not saying that these kids ain't putting in good work, but we keep getting less and less rappers and more like kind of song makers, and we expect them to give us bars. Like, we can't expect fucking people that's 5'2" to win a dunk contest. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just is what it is. Like, if your lyrical palette isn't set too high, what could we really expect?
Yeah, that's a good point. If they're not playing to their strengths, maybe it is, some constructive feedback from ACT that they do sort of switch up the way that they do this. There are definitely other options.
Yeah, I think it allows for more organic moments when you kind of put people in that element. Like, listen, I see, Lil TJ is great. Not only, like, he's a decent rapper, but like, when it comes to melody and rapping, that's where he starts to really excel. You ain't gonna really get that off over a dry ass, no instrumental. Just, give me a freestyle. Like, what am I gonna do? Imagine a beat to complement the fucking melody.
You actually can, man. Like, listen, wait a second, act, because I ain't gonna lie. There's tons of videos, and you can look them up of people going viral of like people just beating on their chest. Like, you ever seen those guys that be in jail and they beat on their chest and make a melody? And that would be unique if one of them did some shit like that, but I don't think that they even want to put that effort in because they're not looking at it as a thing.
They not in jail. They go on YouTube and type in NBA YoungBoy type beat and they rap. You know what I mean? Lil TJ probably goes on YouTube and type in Lil TJ type beat. There's a million people who uploaded it, and he just picks one and says, load that up, I'm about to rap. Ain't nobody, wait, I want to see some old school show, some.
Yeah, I'm just saying different ways that they could be.
Nah,
like,
I feel you though.
If they went, you know what I mean? I mean, Designer doing Timmy Turner like that, the fucking snapping, like that was. Yep. No, and with that being done, I've never seen anybody who's you can't recreate that moment.
That was underappreciated, by the way. That was underappreciated. Also,
that's because the song was trash. The song ended up being trash.
No, but hold on. You know who I blame for that?
Kanye.
Mike Dean fucked it up. I'm sorry.
Yeah. He fucked up the song?
Bro, yeah, I think that song was.
He overproduced it.
Yeah, he overproduced it.
The great thing about the freestyle was the simplicity.
Right.
There is such a thing as overproduction. I started hearing all these. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like it was drowning out Designer.
Right, that's a fact. I agree with it.
Okay, well, guys, really excited to talk about the 2021 freshman class. That's gonna be great. Already know the energy going into that one.
I says it's over every year. It's not gonna happen this year. Every year.
No. Listen, I might be on it, but if I'm on it, I'm kicking a hard freestyle. I'm gonna give y'all some, remember.
The day that Lil Act makes the
and has the best freestyle, I'm retiring. It's over. Officially.
Yeah, I don't even want to do this no more. Like, I'm cool. Like,
no disrespect.
The world is upside down once that happens.
Imagine if I would have wanted to see like Lil Baby on. Of course, this is not his year, and he's definitely not a freshman. But I wanted a Lil Baby, little freestyle. I'm telling you, man, Lil Baby, Yo, especially like the guys who could go up to like a funk flex and hold it down. Those are the people we want to hear.
Maybe we get that for the BET Awards. Another thing that you don't like.
Nah, I don't have a problem with BT Awards. I don't have a problem with BT Awards. When they get
You
it
got
right
to
now.
think about
When
it.
they get it right. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
Guys, a big release weekend coming up. Are you excited? Well, a big release Friday. So Lil Durk, 6ix9ine, and Big Sean. Act numbers wise, I know you're always excited when there's a matchup like this, but just generally music speaking, we're gonna get a little bit deeper into it. Are you guys looking forward to seeing how this pans out this weekend? Wayno does not look impressed at all.
I'm
Wayno looking to the side, man.
I'm looking for because you said music.
Wayno's a liar.
Music and 6ix9ine don't go together.
Wayno is a liar.
Music and 6ix9ine do not go together. Now,
Yo,
yeah, I'm looking forward
Wayno
to
the nigga.
music. What?
Wayno the nigga who like, yo, you might be like, man, fuck this nigga 6ix9ine. Then he started doing a bench press. He be like, turn on Gummo real quick. Yo, turn on Gummo for this last set.
Gummo, hey,
Wayno.
listen, Gummo hard though. Now I don't listen to Gummo no more, but Gummo was a hard record. But post Gummo, he lost his spark. So let's not even put him in the music category because not even Monday, but by the next week, we're not gonna be talking about nothing regarding his music. It's only gonna be his numbers. Durk, I feel like Durk is going to double back with another great album because he put out a great one this year. Big Sean, I'm looking forward to it. I see a lot of people who got a chance to preview it, saying good things about it. I heard one song. I heard the freestyle. Oh, well, not the freestyle, the Cypher record.
Yeah, it's definitely a good album. Well, let's get into it a little bit. So, like you said, Lil Durk has some really good momentum right now, especially after that Drake feature. But of course, 6ix9ine, trolling is the move here. So, of course, he was in Chicago recently and got a little bit disrespectful, I think. You know, posted an Instagram video of him laying down flowers. The caption was, "Came to O Block, came to pay my respect to Lil Durk's cousin who was killed by gun violence," saying we need to change as a community. And then piggybacked off of that by announcing that the album was called Tattletales and it is dropping this Friday, September 4th, of course. In response, Durk announced that his project, The Voice, is also dropping on the same day. Now, Durk also said that someone from 6ix9ine's camp reached out and offered him $3 million to continue trolling with 6ix9ine as they rolled out the projects. He said he denied that offer. He's gonna just let the music speak. All right, we know 6ix9ine, extreme promo, but offering Durk $3 million?
Come on, man.
Do you think this is...
Hold on. Let me just give a little thoughts on the music first. I think these three projects dropped by these three men are going to shape their career for the next 2 years. 2-3 years. It's that important. It's not one of those ones that be like, yo, yeah, this didn't fly too well, and you just bounce back with another album like, yo, in spring. I think this project, based on how each of them are entering this rollout and entering tonight, is going to really change and shape their career for the next 3. So
that's one at a time.
I think Durk right now is on the cusp of superstardom. Or not superstardom. Like, I mean, true rap stardom in
more
terms of
mainstream stardom.
Yeah, in terms of crossing that 100,000 mark, and that's just sales wise, but also like really seizing the streets in terms of a mainstream level where people don't only look at you like, you know, for example, G Herbo, people look at him as one of the voice of the streets, but you know, he's seen much more as underground because we don't see those mainstream, you know, songs or moments from him bubble up. Now, it doesn't really diminish his talent at all, but it kind of matters how people look at his career. Lil Durk, who's, you know, I said Wayno said MVP, I said most improved player. I think Lil Durk has completed the trilogy and basically now has turned from the guy who got dropped in college to now he made it to the NBA without being drafted, and he's a star. So this project could put him in a different conversation. We could start mentioning him up there with the people like and I'm only talking about career-wise, right? Who sells over that? Of course, the young boys, maybe even like the futures in terms of just career hotness. I'm not talking about like who's a better artist, but like it puts him. It's like so much fun for Young Thug, right? We knew Young Thug was great, right? We're not saying that this is how he's going to prove that he's the dude because you've been listening to Durk been going on for a long time, but this project is the level up project for him. So I'm super excited to see how he handles that moment. I'm super excited to see how, you know, he takes that. He's been saying, by the way, he's calling this The Voice. It's Voice of the Streets, clearly. We're going to see how that handles. 6ix9ine. I think this album is where he either shows people that, yo, I'm going to be around for another 2, Y'all gonna have to deal with this trolling or not. And also, my fan base and my audience, they're not going nowhere, right? It's either that's gonna be the case, or it's gonna be people saying, "Well, I told y'all." We ain't try to say before. I told y'all, shit ain't look the same since he got out of jail.
It's not though. And wait a second, you're a numbers guy, and his shit has been hitting the charts, but it's been falling off the charts as faster than it's ever fell before. So I feel like we got to take that into account. Like, we talk about this fan base that ain't going nowhere. I feel like he has a fan base that ain't going nowhere. But if we start really taking a peek at the numbers, them shits ain't the same as they used to be. With the number ones,
you're not gonna stay on the chart if you have no radio. But still, and also Nicki shit falls off real quick too. But
we ain't talking about Nicki.
But then how?
I'll give you that point for now. Even though it's a weak point, I'll give you that point for now. I guess in totality.
Wait, why is it a weak point? So then, what would he do to prove that he's here to stay? Because you guys have said, I think even you as well, Act, that the singles he's released recently, quality wise, it's not there. So what's the metric here for 6ix9ine?
All right, let me just address that point with Wayno, right?
Okay.
And I do have to bring Nicki back into this. You know why? Even if some of her songs have fell off the charts quickly, the fact that she has a fan base that will make every one of her songs chart really high, let me not even say that about Nicki because she's a legend. You can't get rid of someone whose fan base will always make your music, at least for a week or two, be in the conversation. And that's where I'm saying it's a bit of a weak point. Now, is he gonna have a song like The Box, Rockstar? Is he gonna have a song like, you know what I mean, in terms of success on the charts like WAP? Probably not.
Right.
But you can't erase somebody with a huge fan base like that. You guys should know.
We can't. Now look, this is why I said let's not bring up Nicki, because like there's too many different variables as to why Nicki has that fan base that she's built over 10 years, right? Now, when we talking about 6ix9ine, my thing is this: if the music is good, now of course he doesn't have radio. It's tons of support that he doesn't have. I'm speaking about purely as an artist. It's tons of support that he doesn't have. We know why, whatever the case may be.
Okay, so we're talking about quality right now.
We're talking about quality. I think that we in a space. We've already seen that he's not going anywhere. Like 6ix9ine is gonna be around. That's not like we can't. Nobody can get rid of him, because if they could, they would just press a button and it would happen. Now, even with that, the music quality is not there. Your hair's been rainbow for 2 years already. We get that about you. You still pulling out the same tricks. You still doing colorful ass videos, and he has the same exact style. He hasn't changed his style. His production hasn't gotten better. He'll probably never work with some of the producers that worked with him prior. So yeah, quality wise of his music, not that he had much quality in his music before, but it's deteriorated. He was at least making songs. Now look, regardless of his personal actions or morals, I don't give a fuck about none of that at this moment that I'm talking. He made records. I always forget that, because he names his songs these random songs. But what's the joint? Let me get it started, BB with the Robins. What's the name of that?
Tati.
What's the joint with him and Bobby Shmurda? Bitch, I'm still Stupid?
Stupid, yeah.
Okay. Gummo. These is records where, even though he's not the best rapper, them shits used to rock. Now, he's not making none of those. Like, he's not making nothing close to that. So I'm just saying, even with the fan base he has, he's not even making some shit where people could be like, man, he a rapper, that shit go hard. He's not even doing that.
Well, now I'm gonna agree a little bit, but then also disagree. So the Troll song, which did go number one, admittedly wasn't my favorite. You know, he's dropped 3 English songs, 1 was Spanish, and I actually like the Spanish record. But the first record he dropped, the Gooba joint, I thought that was a really good song. I just feel like no, I did.
You'll act. Look.
I said no. Pull the tape. I said it was a good song. I said it was good. Yo, here's the thing. I think what you're also experiencing in your explanation of how you're saying the music and going hard, bro. It's not going to feel the same. Like
it's not. But I'm just
hold on. If it was after you thought him and his group of killer gang members just went to a tour in everybody's city, and we're seeing these headlines that bullets are flying all over the fucking place, and then you hear him say a song, hear him saying a song, he's up in the chop at the chicken spot. It hits different.
Okay, wait, I
That's
have
what
a
happened.
question. I have a question. Because you're saying, so this project, you said for all three artists we're talking about, is going to really define the next 2 years of their career. On this show, we have also had conversations about artists who have huge social media followings because people like to watch them do crazy shit, but then they can't sell records, they can't sell out shows, anything like that. So do you feel like there's any chance that like these people are just here to watch him troll, and they might do that for the next 10 years, but they might not support the music?
Well, in comparison to his career, in comparison to some of the other counterparts that fit in that category, let's say even Lil Pump, right? Lil Pump was unable to really sell records after pretty much one record. You get me? And with 6ix9ine, it appeared that his fan base, and I'm gonna chalk that up to because Mexican. You know, he, by the way, before he started getting to this stuff where he was doing Gummo, he had a touring fan base from doing some stuff overseas. They have been seen to not just watch the trolling stuff. They support a bit that his stuff charts and charts high. Until that stops, you get me? Which I'm not gonna be sitting here and saying it's not a possibility he won't stop. Until that stops, he's in that realm yet. But this album is probably what's gonna be the teetering point.
Have you heard the album? Is it good?
No, I ain't hear the full album. Nah, there's some fire shit on there though, Wayno. But Wayno, there's some shit you gotta bump when you at the gun range, bro.
You don't bump music at the gun range. And look, all I'm saying is this, man. We at a point in time where all types of artists do all types of unforgivable things outside of just 6ix9ine. What happens with fan bases is no matter how horrible a person could be deemed as or be seen as, people will be like, that shit is fire. All I'm saying is that nigga ain't made one thing that's fire mixed with all the bullshit he got on top of him. So that's just I think his album's gonna sell. It's probably gonna go top 10, whatever the case may be. But I feel like every time he does something, it's for the moment, and you can't build a career based on moments. It has to be momentum. And I feel like his moments come and then they go. They come and then they go. They come and then they go. He can't drop an album every day. So yeah, he's gonna chart high and all of that shit. It's not because of music. It's because, you know, people want to hear certain things he has to say, the things he's gonna allude to. I'm fully supporting Durk, not just because he's saying he did voice of the streets, but because he also makes really, really great music. You know, and Big Sean. Big Sean, we've wanted to hear what Big Sean has had to say. That's one of your favorite rappers. We've been waiting on this nigga for a minute now.
Yeah, I just realized how sad it is that we're off next week, guys. We're not going to get to talk about any of these albums. But yeah, it's a big moment for Sean. Detroit,
we're going to talk about it when we get back.
Hey, man,
yo, listen, we have a champ.
Well, I'm about to say, man, listen, I know you've been, you go on Twitch. I started my Twitch, so if I'm welcome to jump on your Twitch and talk some music with you, I'm down.
Listen, you guys better save the content for Everyday Struggle now.
hey, I'll also say, like, you know, we're about to get into a period of like a lot of albums coming out in the next like 2 weeks. So shit, by the time we get back, might be 2-3 more albums out, and hopefully we can discuss at least all of them in short. I will say this in terms of Durk though, because we spent all the time talking about Durk. No, in terms of Big Sean, because we spent all the time talking about Durk and 6ix9ine. For Big Sean, it's a very important album. You know, remember, I've been an avid Big Sean defender, but at a point I was like, man, I don't know if I can defend this nigga no more. I don't know what's going on with him. We ain't getting music. It's clear that he's been through some life shit. He's ready to come back with some real music of some substance and content. And more than even a first week number, even though I think he'll do fine. I do think he still has a good, strong fan base. I think this is an album that could probably outlast even the other two just off content. And from what I've heard so far, good shit. I'm hearing some really good shit. So again, I'm looking to hear what he has to offer. And truth be told, I think the game needs that balance of a Big Sean. Needs it. Right. So when he come in with that content shit, and also while we discuss even like, you know, Durk and 6ix9ine, one thing that's gonna play a part into their music and how well it does, how well it sticks, is that this isn't a time for non-content. You ain't got no content. You ain't talking about shit. You're just talking about that fly superficial shit. It's cute. We like it for 1 week, 2 weeks. We might have to move on. You got some shit where you're talking about some substance, talking about some, you know, a lot of these issues that have came to light now, where there's mental issues, whether it's just social issues, things that you're willing to unearth and actually unpack. Yeah, we want to hear from you, nigga. So of course I'm excited for Big Sean and low key. I think that's a sleeper album that might be better than the other two.
I don't know
Well,
if it's
actually,
so
not
much
even
of a
low-key.
sleeper,
It
though.
will be.
I think, yeah, people are waiting for this. Yo, check out my interview with Big Sean dropping tomorrow on Apple Music. We had a really nice talk about life and the album. Now,
How you gonna say that at the end? You ain't even tell me what the nigga said. Like at least
well, it's not
give
out
us
yet. I
give us
can't really tell you. I would bring you a clip, but then we're off next week. Give me some time. I'm sorry, Ak. I'm sorry. All right, yo, let's take a little trip down memory lane before we go. So this week in hip hop, Travis Scott released his debut album, Rodeo. So that was September 4th, 2015. There were a lot of features on this project, people like Quavo, Future, 2 Chainz, Young Thug, and more. Travis did most of the production, but other people did contribute, like Mike Dean, Metro Boomin, and more. So the big singles from this, 3500, Antidote also did really well. Did this project age well for you guys?
Absolutely. I feel like Travis is another one of those people who he hasn't had like he doesn't have like albums that kind of dip in terms of like comparing one to the other. Like, you know how people like, man, his first album was good, his second album wasn't really it, but his third album is like he's had consistency. I mean, like he's had consistency. I feel like his albums get better. I mean, every time he does one. The thing about Travis is that like, who knew that when he dropped Rodeo, he was gonna grow into this massive thing that he is. Like, I feel like he's the human artist form of Supreme, where you could put his name on anything and it will sell. You know, and he's the closest thing I think we're gonna ever get to Kanye as far as like being a creative. You know, but yeah, this album definitely aged well. I mean, this album definitely aged well.
I give a lot of credit to him for pretty much, you know, what ended up being. I think Astroworld is the perfection and the masterpiece, and pretty much the final product. But I think the Rodeo started it. To me, I look at, you know, Beyonce does these things where it's like a visual album, right? And it's like she gives you the album, but she gives you the visuals with it, so you have to kind of digest both. I think Travis kind of started at that moment. Not like, I mean, there was some visual stuff, obviously, but it was more of an experience type shit. You get me? Like, I not only was the album named Rodeo, like the tour, he used to just refer to people coming to watch him live as going to the rodeo. It's like basically because you niggas hang. You get me? Like that, it was such an experience thing that matched the music. Also, how dominating his sound was it started to be very apparent, because when his sound was with any other artist in collaboration, that was the track. That's very important. So I think this is such a benchmark album for him, but for everybody who's watched his journey since then, because what it blossomed into is such a great thing. So I really like that album, but I liked what came after it because the foundation was this, and it built and grew into some other shit that was great too.
Yeah, a lot of people always debate, is this better than Birds? I think Birds is better than Rodeo.
Well, me, I usually judge off more tracks I like, and I definitely like a couple more on Birds in the Trap. But still, like, I don't think we get that without this.
Right.
So that's exactly why, you know, you gotta. It's kind of like, and I don't know if it'll be like his take care in a way, but like, you know, it's like when an artist finds his sound and finds his pocket, special. Because sometimes when an artist starts off, it's like, all right, what we doing, what works, but he found it. Like, at this point, he found everything.
Yeah, hopefully he give us another one in 2 years. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, I wonder if he's gonna end up dropping another project this year, because even outside of the music, his brand has grown crazy. So we just saw him featured on that film Tenet, and now apparently he has a new McDonald's deal. So it leaked yesterday because an employee posted a video showing the new menu. So there's gonna be a Travis Scott sandwich, which is so crazy. It's supposed to launch sometime later this month, and there's even a Cactus Jack toy for Happy Meals. That's pretty wild.
He got Reese's on Reese's. He had his own Reese's box. His Jordans. Like, listen, that kid could sell anything. You put his name on it, it's gonna go.
We can't escape Travis Scott in pop culture these days. I get on Fortnite, I'm doing my thing. They have Travis Scott performing in the fucking game, like literal. Like, he's literally jumping around with the mic stand over his fucking head. You can't avoid him, whether in video games, just out in the real world. You can't avoid this nigga. So he's definitely winning. He's cashing out too. My only thing is just don't do it too much that it gets so corny, or it gets so watered down, or whitewashed that when you do come back with some shit, people like, yeah, we not connecting no more. Like this is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's see. Hopefully more music coming soon. All right, guys. That is our show. What are you guys doing for this long week coming up?
I'm working.
Same thing we're always doing.
Yeah, working. Like if you want to find me, I'm working.
Wait, no, stop capping, man. He gonna be at one of Boosie's pool parties. You know what I mean? In Atlanta. You know the COVID free zones that Boosie's establishing. I'm telling you. But me personally, I've been on my Nadeska grind. Some house renovations. Like cabinets and cabinets.
You've never renovated nothing in your whole life. You seem like the kind of dude who can't even use a drill. Do you have a drill at the crib? That's like very essential.
100% heavy duty. One of them big joints. Pause. Yes, I got it.
He's lying, right?
No, I'm serious.
Okay,
like, what y'all talking about?
All right, Ax.
I'm building wait. Like, after, because we going to be streaming and doing all this stuff till pretty much the end of the year. I've missed Times Square at this point. But in a couple weeks when I start, doing the show from the new spot, I built it with these bare hands. Look at them.
Them hands look well.
Stop it, Wayno.
Soft.
They look baby soft.
You got
if you don't have any callus, exactly, you can do
I'm
shit.
sorry my hands can't look like I've been rolling dice for like 300 years. Okay, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I don't have the Harlem like fucking like Ash like on my hand.
All those hand gestures. Pause that. But,
oh my god.
It's been fun. But I told you I'm about to get in and start to stream and all that. So I'm gonna be on Twitch, man. I'm gonna be on Twitch this weekend.
All right.
You should be.
Having some fun.
Catch Wayno on Twitch.
Nadeska used to clown me for Twitch.
No, I didn't. When?
Oh, yes, you did. Hold on. Yo, I be in Home Depot too.
Are you done?
Hey, you even sound like you know what Ax sounds like? Like with somebody from the streets and they be talking about some shit and then that one dude that is unbelievable jumps in and says some shit. That's how it sounds with Home Depot stories.
Wait,
I'm at Home Depot too.
What is so surprising about that?
All right, let's compare toolkits. I will share.
We don't think that you're functional in no way.
Yo, Nadeska always talking about
can't even
comparing
hang
some
the
shit.
curtain.
Yo, Nadeska always talking about comparing shit and then she don't want to compare some shit. Remember I said, yo, Nadeska, I will cook you under the bus.
You've been saying that for 2 years.
Exactly.
Nadeska can't even properly boil water. She can't even boil an egg.
How long can you run with this joke?
Yo, Nadeska can't even make rice.
Nadeska, for all the shit that he shares, I would think we would see a plate at least once all this time, not once on the personal page. Like,
come on, man. I've posted some stuff. Wait, no, come on, man. Listen. I know I'm making a song
chicken,
called
some ackee, saltfish, something like.
Listen.
Don't get it fucked up. Not because I got a song called Uber Eats means that I'm getting my hands dirty, bro.
Academics.
I'm putting up stuff. Like I'm actually building things.
I know you bought the mansion, so go ahead and renovate the kitchen next week and let us pull up for Thanksgiving. I'm ready.
All right, man. Yo, I'm gonna catch y'all next week. That's gonna just start lying and stuff like that. We don't know what she's talking about now.
Oh, yes. I'm the spin artist on this show. All right, man. You guys. What?
All right, y'all.
You need to admit to people the mansion you live in. You're in every different wing, every different show. We don't know what wing this is in.
I was in a hotel room yesterday. Viewers, I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. I hope you enjoy next week. We're going to miss you guys, and we'll see you here in a little.
Watch out for them pool parties, man.
Thank
that COVID
you for watching
is
Everyday
serious.
Struggle.